Hey guys, I'm Zach the Movie Fan, and today or tonight, whatever, we're going to be talking about the original Child's Play. The original Child's Play, released in 1988, and directed by Tom Holland. No, not the Spider-Man guy. The same guy who directed the original Fright Night. Um, The original Child's Play has really taken the world by storm, and it's gone up there as one of the most iconic slasher franchises, right up there with Halloween and Friday the 13th. The series has spawned multiple sequels, a remake released in 2019, a TV show for the Sci-Fi Channel, and even appearing in the game Dead by Daylight. The original Child's Play is still beloved by many to this day. And I'm not really one of them. Now, don't attack me with torches and pitchforks. I don't hate the movie Child's Play. It's not like one of the worst movies I've ever seen, far from it, and every time I've gone back to it, I have noticed things that I do appreciate. But just something about this movie really just never does it for me. And there's a very bizarre reason why. But first, let's talk about the film's premise. Child's Play tells a story of a little boy named Andy and his mom, played by Catherine Hicks. But yeah, Andy's mom gets him a gift, this doll called a good guy named Chucky, for Christmas and his birthday. However, it turns out the doll is actually possessed however, the doll is possessed by a serial killer named Charles Lee Ray, and it goes down a very dark path. Now, before I express my reasons why I don't like this movie, let me talk about the good things in it. Because honestly, this is not a bad movie. Far from it. It's just one of those movies that doesn't do it for me. But there are good things in it. So let's talk about that. The acting in the film is pretty good for the most part. But yeah. Brad Dourif, as the voice of Chucky, gets a lot of recognition. But I really like Catherine Hicks as Andy's mom. Catherine Hicks actually had a history of being casted as very motherly figures. Any fans of the show Seventh Heaven can attest to that. And you can see why. She's a very likable character, and you do feel for her with all the stuff happening to her and her son. But yeah. Brad Dourif as Chucky is great. This isn't my favorite Brad Dourif performance, however. In my opinion, his best performance will always be as the Gemini Killer in Exorcist 3. Like, that's a fantastic performance. But Brad Dourif clearly has a lot of fun voicing this character. You can just feel how much fun he has when he does the voice. And he easily gets some of the best moments in the film, in my opinion. I don't find him necessarily scary, but I do find him entertaining. Speaking of which, the effects for the film, I think, have aged pretty well for the most part. I actually did check out some behind-the-scenes stuff about this movie, and, all the different ways they, made Chucky move and everything. You going from animatronics to creating an actual doll to hiring an actor with dwarvism for some shots. And it is really impressive seeing that ingenuity get put to film to really create the illusion of this thing moving around. Speaking of which, I do like that the movie doesn't start immediately showing Chucky moving around. The movie kind of goes for the Jaws approach, where it really builds up to that moment when the doll really starts to come alive and start attacking. And honestly, it's a great concept. The doll POV, while a bit silly for how ridiculously fast it moves, it is again a really great idea. When it comes to building up the doll's appearance, the movie does a great job. The gore, and the climax of the film is pretty entertaining. It's a typical climax for a slasher film, right down to them constantly thinking they killed the killer, but he just always manages to get back up and looks more messed up. But it's done well. Also, the soundtrack in the film is pretty good. Although, if you ask me, I personally prefer the remake soundtrack, but that's mostly kind of due to personal bias. Bear McCreary did the soundtrack for the 2019 remake, and I fucking love Bear McCreary, mostly because of his work on the God of War games. Anything this guy's attached to, he's immediately going to be giving A+ all around. But yeah. And I think that's what I have for positives. Alright, so why don't I like this movie? Well, it's hard to explain. Here's the best way I can explain it. I am not really scared of dolls, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. I mean, dolls can be creepy looking, but I don't find them necessarily scary. It's kind of similar to clowns for me. Clowns can be kind of creepy, but I don't know, just something about how bright and colorful clowns usually look really takes out of the fear for me. The only clown I can think of that scares me is the Joker in some stuff. In particular, Heath Ledger's portrayal. But yeah. Similar to clowns, I just don't find dolls scary. So I never really found Chucky scary at all. I get like for people who watched this when it came out, especially when they were young, like, I get that. But I don't know, I just never found dolls that scary. And I think and because the film tries to go for, like, a dark tone, a lot of the scares just don't do it for me. And that's the thing, too, maybe it's just me, but this movie has a mean-spirited tone that just kind of makes it depressing to watch. I don't have anything wrong with a slasher film trying to be mean-spirited. I just recently watched the original Silent Night, Deadly Night and its remake. That's still in theaters, I believe. And, the original film, it's a very mean-spirited movie, but I guess, like, with that film, it was more interesting, and here, it really isn't. I don't know, a part of me just kind of wishes the movie just kind of had more fun with itself instead of trying to go all serious. I just think it would be more fun, but no, it wants to be this kind of bleak film, and it really just sucks the fun out of it for me. I also just kind of don't. Again, maybe it's just me because I also tried rewatching Child's Play 2, and I got that same feeling, and I think it's because kids in these movies don't really get treated very well, and something about it just makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't know. That's really all I got. I really just can't explain why I really just don't get into this movie very well. It really is just a me thing that I don't fully understand. Um, but there are legit issues I do have with the film. Um, one one issue I have, and I might get some flack for this, but I hate the detective character in this movie. I hate this guy a lot. Now, I get why he's important to the film. This is the guy who killed Charles Lee Ray. So I guess they're trying to make him like, I don't know, Van Helsing or Dr. Loomis of the film or something like that, but I just hate this guy. Mostly because of one scene, and it's that scene where you know, the Andy's mom's friend gets killed by Chucky when she's flown out the window. And the cop immediately suspects that Andy is behind it and even starts digging into it right in front of the mom. Like, seriously, dude? Don't get me wrong. I'm not expecting him to believe that the doll killed someone. Like, I get that. And I can understand why he would suspect Andy. But like, couldn't he, like, have done this in a more tactful way? I mean, like, did he really have to interrogate the kid in front of his own mother? Like, dude, what the fuck? This guy's an asshole. I mean, I don't know, this guy just comes off as like a miserable character, and maybe that's the idea because he's a cop. But like, it really doesn't create a likable character to me. There's a scene where Andy's mom tries to convince the detective that Chucky is alive, and he says, "Mrs. Barkley, I sympathize with you." No, you don't. That tone of voice says to me, "You're an annoying bitch, can you please get away?" You have sympathy for her, my ass, you dickbag. I hate this guy. I really fucking do. Um, and for anyone who wants to defend this asshole, I would also like to state that this dickhead and his partner are the reason why Andy's mom gets locked up in a psych ward. And the reason why Andy gets stuck with an awful foster family and later gets sent to military school. So yeah, fuck this guy. Yeah. I think another issue I kind of take too is why why do people like get beaten up by Chucky so easily? I mean, um I actually did find some comments to some reactions to this movie, and one said that like because Chucky's body is becoming more human in the doll, he's gaining more human strength. Which, I mean, okay, I guess that can explain some stuff to an extent, but like, he still is like pretty damn small though. Why doesn't anyone just like try and grab him and like throw him out a window or something, or just punt him? I mean, like, he's gaining more human strength, it doesn't mean he's superhuman or that he's too heavy to pick up. It's like, just common fucking sense. Um, Also, and maybe it's just me nitpicking, but the kind of rules are a bit inconsistent. Like, the movie establishes that, um, like, there's a scene where Chucky goes to see the guy who taught him how to body swap, and he asks him, and last night Chucky got shot and it hurt and even started bleeding. And that's when the guy explains the more time he spends in the body, the more human he becomes. Which, okay, except In the climax, he gets set on fire, gets his head shot off, gets his limbs shot off, and yet he's fine. The only thing that really seems to kill him is shooting him in the heart. Which, wow, that's specific. Like, what exactly is the time limit exactly? Does it need to be like a couple days or a week? I don't know. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess you could call this nitpicking, but I don't know, that kind of stuff just kind of bothered me. I just really can't get into this movie, mostly because it just feels so mean-spirited. It's actually why I prefer the remake. Yeah, the remake is also mean-spirited, but that remake knows how to have a lot more fun. Like, they took the idea of turning Chucky into a crazy AI doll and really went all the way with it, showing it hack into machines, shred up people in a department store with killer drones. It was ridiculous, but it was fun. Like, I don't know, I got more fun out of watching the remake, whereas with this, the original, I just feel so depressed after watching it. It just isn't a fun experience to me. But it is not a bad film. I'd give it a B minus. It's not my thing, but it's not a bad movie. And who knows, maybe the sequels I will find more enjoyable. Yeah. So, the original Child's Play, have you guys seen it? What do you guys think of it? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you like what you see here, like, comment, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. That's all I got for tonight. See you guys later.